All right, so wine number 4 here is our next allotment of our guest grape series. This one is our Pinot Noir. So in October of 25, we put out our first guest grape label. That was our Syrah. No, sorry, that was our Tempranillo. Sorry, yes, our Tempranillo, and it was really well received. We were happy to see that, but we had kind of had these in the works because, as we were saying before, our 23 and 24 harvests were not great. We just didn't have enough grapes, from our vineyard and even from our state that we, because we buy from growers as well, that we could make enough interesting wines to really put into Cellar series stuff. So what we did in 2024 was we brought in some grapes from California. They were from basically just north of Sacramento in Clarksburg. And so we brought in some Tempranillo, we brought in some Syrah, and we brought in some Pinot Noir. And we fermented them, we aged them in barrels for a while, and then over the last about 3 or 4 months or so, since we got this new bottling line behind us here, we have been bottling them as well. So we did the Tempranillo in October, and then we have, for this allotment, we have the Pinot Noir and the Syrah will both be in here. So this is our Pinot Noir. So it's going to be a little bit lighter bodied than the Tempranillo or the Syrah that we're trying there, and spent about a year or so in a mix of new and used barrels. So it does have some oak flavor to it, but still nice. And actually, if you came to the Christmas party in December, you probably got to try this one straight out of the barrel. So what do you think about it here, Adam?
Smells like oak, which is a good thing. The Pinot Noir is kind of a finicky grape, notoriously finicky, thin skin. It's one of the big defining properties of it all too. So typically it makes a lighter colored wine. Ours is actually fairly dark, which I kind of like to see. And it's also very dark fruited, which I always think those flavors blend really well, especially with new oak.
Mm-hmm.
So like on the nose, smells like Kirsch, black cherry, a little bit of a red plum, but or ripe red plum to a certain degree too. But yeah, then you just have all those really fresh bacon spices with it as well. So Pinot Noir typically would go with something that's mushroomy. I don't think this one quite fits the bill for mushroom, but if you're someone who knows how to make a good sauce and you know how to use fruit for that, I think like a nice raspberry or cherry or strawberry sauce with grilled pork would be really good. Yeah.
Portello, yeah,
a little
berry reduction sauce over there.
Or you can have it with any kind of salad with salmon protein. Actually, don't do salmon, do chicken. This wine is surprisingly tannin as well. The oak tannins are really prevalent, which I really enjoy. So we won't get into the geeky science about tannins because that's a rabbit hole. I can talk too much about it.
And then usually stop you, but
look, I've been trying to edit myself more as I get more knowledgeable. I try to do like, the little broad note. But if you have questions about anything, please feel free to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram or at the party while I'm pouring your wines.
Yes, he is a bottomless pool of wine knowledge. So any questions you have, he is happy to answer all of them. And we will look forward to seeing you all at the party. And this here is wine number 4, Pinot Noir.
Cheers.